My mother was a widowed
Now,
mother of 9
Terry
children.
Ransom tells
And
us
she
in her
had a
own
miracle
words
that happened to
how
her,
her
but
mother
thank
was
God
saved
if it
from a
didn't
tragic
happen.
death
Heaven only
by an
knows where all of us
unexplainable
children would have
visitor.
been. If anybody was to believe in miracles, it is me, because one has happened to my mother. It happened years ago when all the 9 children was playing a game out in the yard.
One of the biggest and most constant chores in a large family is doing the laundry. The Ransom family washing machine had been struggling under that burden for a long time. While the children were playing outside, Betty Ransom decided to wash another of the seemingly endless batches of dirty clothes. But as she opened the faucet, her bare feet told her the old washer probably wasn't going to make it. There was nothing to do but turn off the water and call a repairman. But as she reached up to turn off the 2 spigots, she reached into the world of miracles. When Betty Ransom grasped the metal faucet, an electrical circuit was completed. The full 110-volt house current was now surging through her body. Unable to release her grip on the faucet, she could feel the life fading out of her body. Betty realized she was being slowly electrocuted and had all but given up hope when the screen door opened and Sharon Ransom came in. For a moment, Betty forgot her own plight in a futile effort to warn her daughter to stay away. But Sharon went directly to the plug, seemingly without any thought for her own safety, and pulled it out of the socket. Instantly, Betty was released from the magnetic grip of the electricity. Sharon smiled at her mother and then walked out without saying a word. Meanwhile, Betty was slowly recovering from the shock she'd received. As quickly as she was able, Betty went outside to find Sharon. She was grateful that Sharon had come in time to help her, but she wanted her to know what a dangerous thing she had done.
Are you okay? I'm fine. Are you sure you're okay?
Uh-huh.
Thank you for coming in and helping Mommy, but you shouldn't have come in and pulled that plug. That's really, really dangerous,
As she
honey.
questioned her daughter, Betty Ransom began to realize that her daughter could not have known she was in trouble. And according to all her brothers and sisters, Sharon had been playing there in the yard with them all the time.
Sure. Yes.
Besides, the Sharon who had helped her was wearing glasses, something her daughter refused to do.
But years later, I went to my doctor for a checkup, and he checked my heart, and he told me that...
A few years later, Betty had a doctor look at her heart. He saw what he called a massive amount of scar tissue. Betty told him about almost being electrocuted, and the doctor said he was sure that was the source of the scar tissue, and added that such a sustained shock should have killed her. People say that angels can appear in many different forms. In the Ransom family, there is a general agreement that the girl Betty Ransom saw as her daughter Sharon was in fact her guardian angel,
It doesn't matter.
and that on this
As long as we're
day,
together.
long ago, that special messenger saved her life.